Hey guys, MattCraft.derp here, and welcome back to Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator. It's been a bit since I've played this. I believe we were leaving off on Robert's third date in the timeline where I don't fuck him. If it sounds like I have a cold, it's because I do. I sort of got it like right after I finished recording all of Sonic Forces, and then I had to upload all of Sonic Forces. But I still have a bonus video I gotta do for Sonic Forces, but I decided that I would play the game that required the most talking, even though that's really not good for me. But whatever. Let's do it. We're gonna go. You know what they say about third dates? They get pretty serious. Are you sure this is your dream daddy? I'm sure. Robert's my dude. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know what to expect, and I put this off for long enough. So, we're gonna see. And we're gonna slowly watch this go to crap. But it's gonna be okay. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then. Like, more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Darnin, hey Darnin, guess who's getting the drink on tonight? Oh, I forgot I have to do that voice for him. Oh god. Okay. Power through the cold. It's fine. I take a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. Right now. Why? I wouldn't want to say right now. It's not like tonight. I'll just go along with it. Yeah, dude. I type back to Robert. Robert, buddy. Tonight we ride. Yes! Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8 p.m. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. That's a good point. Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway, music I don't recognize blaring from her room. What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda. Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad shit. Amanda language. That's the thing I would say. What would Grandma think? I don't give a fuck anymore. Whoa! Amanda language. Sad stuff, sweetie. Holy stuff. Lay off me, Pops. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad stuff. I love how it's capitalized now. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you, to us, to toast. I like that. Damn it! A toast to toast. Love you, warm bread. I should have said to us. That was my, whatever. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned. Oh, fucking Mary. Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. I'm sorry, I just got Rolling Stones flashbacks. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. Come on. You replacing me with the new kid? Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. I bet you do. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. Oh, fuck you. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What? Do you got a court date coming up? He does. Ooh, he looks handsome, or he'd never convince the jury. Ooh. I kind of want to be aggressive towards Mary. He does. Fuck yeah. Court's offered me impunity if I would testify against him. I'm considering it. Seriously, though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor said it's, cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Darnan, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. At least I don't get shadows for something that's in the story. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night. Probably screw like donkeys. Oh, Robert. Wait, aren't rabbits the one who screw a lot? Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot. Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Darnan are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sack she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. Oh, I don't want her coming with us. Dude. We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and a bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. Oh, I've been on one of those. Those are cool. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all of my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices I'm not following him. Come on! We can't just crash it, can we? I mean, who's gonna stop you? Don't be such a square, Darnan. Hey, it's hip to be square. Just act like you belong. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Hey, oh my god, Quizmaster Quinn! Tourmaster Quinn. Oh, I did not expect to see him again after Spin Master and Quizmaster. Hey, it was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we do not know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it is widely reported that their ghost still haunts this hapless dive bar to this very day. I love how we have all the characters that I literally have the most struggle with my voice doing. It's great. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry. Who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. And this is my colleague, Dr. He knows me! Dr. 80s reference, Dr. 90s reference. I thought the 00's reference. Contemporary reference. 80s reference. Always with the 80s reference. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Hi, are you guys part of this group? I don't remember seeing you at the first step. We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way. They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. Darnan. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon. Over there. That's Matt's place. The man who runs it has been plagued by haunting since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour. Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered. Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide sure is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt. Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. The long haul paranormal ice ghost truck, whatever. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have a cool ghost shirts in no time. Our group arrives at an old, decrepit, colonial-style house. This is not Damien's house. A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. Of course you are. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudeville and mime work. Tour Master Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was wildly popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic, where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work. No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide. I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. I'm sorry. This is. All right. I think I'm good. I had to get that out of my system. Can we? I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right, everybody? The group murmurs in agreement. This is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell this story? Risk something highbrow, go with something I know. Rely on amazing improv comedy skills. I'm gonna fuck that up. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Viggo the Carpathian has taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost, busting, friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Hey, isn't that the plot to... Nope, it's not. Yes! Oh, I'm happy. Oh, Ghostbusters reference all the way. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Haha, what an interesting story. Now, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourself. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey, kid. Fancy buying the gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar's haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I could exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for. Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. Oh, Mary. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street. Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both. Our last stop. This burial ground is such a hotbed. We've been here. Of horrifying paranormal activity. Actually, we went here on Damien's date, which I haven't done in this timeline. Paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles. Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met? No! The entire group stretches the tour guide. Okay, fine. Tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when, I was just a Bible salesman, traveling grifter, carnival burger. I'm gonna say traveling grifter. Yes! Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't actually an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor, actually also taking from the poor. I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know the city has a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out. I'm sorry, as an apprentice to it, rather. This is great. I'm glad I decided to do this. Rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. I'm sorry, I'm literally, like, doing this voice for, like, long stretches of time without breathing. Like, it gags me, and it shouldn't. Oh, this was a mistake. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps. Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie. Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman. Wailing ghost for the wharfman. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost? Man, tell him, Loomis. So, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of selling Bibles, working a couple short cons, running the dunk tank. Okay, we're staying consistent with this, with the grifter thing. Classic pigeon drop scam. Putting a few out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were about to hear a single word. Run. The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Someone, something, grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by. God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long. Its eyes glowed red. It was a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Davis McSturgis. I remember it was McSturgis. Was it Daniel or David? Daniel. Yes! Okay. I I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces. I thought I was going to be torn in half. But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Oh my God. I'm going to say Revelations, because that's like end of days. Also, Austin isn't a thing. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. The damn creature clawed into my chest. Got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got the scar. I followed. Oh my God. I'm good. Okay, I followed Georgia Mathers into the end of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room. But I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book. Paranormal Excursions at the Supernatural. Ice Road Ghost Truckers. No, they'll recognize that. I saw a demon. The shocking true story of seeing a demon. The bro's guide to the hottest ghosts. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one. Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leads in close. If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me. You got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. That was incredible. I really can't believe they bought all of that. I didn't know you had an India, darnin'. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was aces. If I actually made my last name Loomis, though, what then? That bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And the Kubrick conspiracy theory bit wasn't? All part of the character. Well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house. Want to have a drink? Is that even a question? Robert, how long have you known me for? Do you really think I would turn down the opportunity to share a fine alcoholic beverage with my treasured friend and accomplice, Mr. Robert Bobbert Small? If you ever call me Bobbert again, I will kick you right in the shins. Both of them. And then you can expect an angry phone call from my orthopedist in the morning. Bobbert. Robert just laughs and starts unlocking his door. My shins live to die another day. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. This is the first time we've been in his house, I think, in this timeline. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skittering across the floor. He has a cat or a dog. Oh God, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Betsy. Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles and sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. This is the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull? And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost? Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs. I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There are sleek, modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it fishing for Alaskan king crabs in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then we went to the hospital. And that's it. Not a very interesting story. I've never heard you talk about your daughter. Yeah, we haven't seen his kids. Well, I have one. That's her. Oh, he points at a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25? 26? Not too sure. Yeah, I thought she might be grown. Does she live around here? No. Val lives back home in Brooklyn. Works at some new media online magazine things. Makes buckets, though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it. You like Santana? I love Santana. I don't know a single Santana song. Great. I've heard of them. Robert puts on Santana and then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. This is par for the course these days, honestly. I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites lightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. Wait. It's not that. Robert bites down and I have to stifle a moan. Stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away. No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. I'm fine. I've just been kind of stressed out. Tired. Not a big deal. Okay, see, in the original timeline, we wouldn't be hesitant to sex him. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Darnan. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath. I spent my whole life only talking, or only taking, and now here I am, an old broken man, sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken, alone. But I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings. He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you? I'm sorry, but is this a bit? No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think. Months? Years. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert. What happened between you two? I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure what to do next. Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way. And before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Marilyn and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking. But the temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. The accident. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too. Robert, I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead and my daughter hates me. Jesus Christ, Robert. And then I convinced myself that this, he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to. No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just gonna fuck it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head in his hands. This is tough. Telling him what he wants to hear. Like, what's the difference? I don't know the difference between telling him what he wants to hear and needs to hear in this case. Like, what does he want to hear? Is there anything he could want to hear? I mean, if he wants to hear it, then hearing it's going to be good. But what does he need to hear? And will it help? Is the question. I'm not walking away. Eggplants. Nothing's going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow, or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either. But nothing is going to change if you don't, and you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. Darnin' with the good advice! Darnin' with the good advice! I'm sorry, that was smooth. And you're right, I don't know you that well, but you have the same capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance. Don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me. It's gonna be okay. But... I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head into my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. Dude! I place a hand on the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders, then sobs. Then I realize that he's crying. This dark man. I shouldn't use that phrasing. He's crying. He's crying in my arms. This, like, closed-off guy who's always brooding is crying in my arms. If this isn't character development, I don't know what is. This game is so wonderfully written. Like, God, I love this. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep. So, did we? No, okay, that's the end. There's no doing the nasty.
That was really special.
Alright. Knife Dad. We did it. We did it, fam. I still want to do it in the other timeline, though. The original timeline. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. Listen, kid, you're gonna need some real life skills out there if you're gonna make it out on the streets. I'm going to college. Same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink. Right. And I know you're smart enough not to drink until you're of legal age. Uh-huh. But hypothetically, if you were to drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water between rounds. Got it. Hypothetically. And if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is take a jar of pickles and drink the pickle juice. We've had this conversation before. You're gonna be fine. What's going on here? Girl talk. Mary turns back to Amanda. Now let me tell you about how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing to know, you get straight. You get straight A's if they died during the semester. Mary! Relax, it's a myth, supposedly. Also, if you die in space, they'll name a high school after you. That's also a myth. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. I don't think I recognize that girl by the snack table. It's Val. I should go say hello. Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we've met years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Darnan, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. He promised there would be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up. And, look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real closed book, you know. Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you sure can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better. A lot better. And between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. It certainly does. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Ah! Oh, this is my daughter Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yes. Yes? Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go, make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. That's Mary for you. Val walks away. She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. While you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you around, Pops. Darn it, okay. Alright, here we go. I glance over to the back of the yard where Robert is sitting on a bench beneath our cherry blossom tree. He smiles at me. I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are gonna go get ice cream. Love you, Pops. Amanda runs off to join her friends. Yeah, okay, here we go. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val. She physically threatened you? Yeah. That's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work on the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. But lately it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. I'm glad. I like you, Darnan. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his. You're special to me. But, no, but! I have some stuff I need to work on, emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's hunt ghosts sometime? I would love that. I put my head on his shoulder and we watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon together. Okay, you know, I like that ending. I'm content with that ending. Because, like, even though technically we didn't end up together, like, immediately after that scene, we basically said, hey, we're gonna get together eventually in the future. And, like, that's more than I can say about Matt's ending or Joseph's ending. Or at least the Matt ending I got. There might be another one, I don't know. Considering I didn't get an image for him, I'm assuming there is. But the Joseph ending, too. Like, yeah. Like, we just straight up didn't end up with them in those endings. But we sort of ended up with Robert in this ending. And I want to know how much, it differs with the ones where, we did fuck Robert at the beginning of the game, and where he barely shows up for the first two dates. So I may try to go back to the original timeline if I can, if the game lets me. Oh, here we go. That's a great picture. That is brilliant. I like that. He's gonna be colored in on the title screen now. Yep, sure enough he is. So, we haven't done... I want to do Craig next. I want to get Craig's third ending, but I also want to go back and do the original timeline, Robert. So, we'll see which one... I don't know which one I'll do next episode. I'll probably record that tomorrow night, even though I'll still have the cold, and this is awful for me. But, I don't know. Eventually, we'll get around to doing both of them. So, for now, I'm Matt Crafted Turp, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.